are doing a seated weights workout today. So you need a chair, a yoga mat, or a towel that you can fold up to cushion, just to cushion the back of the chair a little bit for one of our moves today, and your weights. I have 3 sets. So I have my heaviest, my middle, and my light. You can do it all with 1 set, or if you have multiple sets of weights, go ahead and bring them out because you may want something a little heavier for a couple of our big muscle exercises, like our squats, which are going to be up first. So before we get started, go ahead and hit like and subscribe, and then we're ready to warm up. All right, standing up for your warm up. We're gonna bring our feet about hip width apart. Step up from your chair just a little bit. Make sure you're not gonna run into anything. And then you're gonna start with just some nice gentle arm swings. Just waking everything up, loosening things up, getting the energy flowing through your body. Maybe go a little bit faster. Start to let your body turn a little bit more. Lift your heels. Let your arms go a little further. Beautiful. We're gonna do a couple more here. And then bring it back in, and we're gonna move on to our arm circles. So nice big circles forward. And then backwards. And then throw those arms in and out, crossing one arm on top and then the other. Beautiful. From there, we're gonna move down to our elbows and just kind of make some circles with the elbows. Still just loosening things up, making sure everything's awake. Go the other way. Beautiful. And then moving on to our wrists, making some figure 8s with your wrists. Go ahead and get both directions at one time. And then wiggle your fingers. Perfect, just like that. Now from here, we're gonna bring our feet out just a little bit further, move on to our hip rotations. Go the other way. Beautiful, and then moving down to our knees, we're actually gonna go ahead and have a seat on the chair for this part. So we're gonna start with just swinging one leg. In and out, just kind of waking the knee up, getting a little activation in the quads here. And then hold it out and just circle the ankle in one direction. And then circle that ankle in the other direction. Perfect. All right, put that one down. We're gonna switch to the other side. Start with just swinging it in and out. Again, just waking up the quads, getting everything a little bit activated. And then holding it out, circle the foot in one direction. And in the other direction. Beautiful. All right, we are ready to get started. So first up, we have getting the timer to make sure we can keep track of our time. We have our chair squats. So the progression for these, if you are starting from beginner, is just to start with a sit to stand. So you're sitting, you stand up, you sit back down, and you do it again. If you're a little bit beyond that, you can go ahead and grab your weights, and you're gonna load those on your shoulders. Now, you can still stand all the way up and sit all the way back down if you need that extra break. Or if you want to step it up even another notch, just come down till your bottom touches the chair and then pop right back up without resting your weight. Which version you do is up to you. And you can change it at any time depending on what's working for you right then. We have 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Up and down. If you're doing the full version, you're gonna go ahead and just let your bottom touch the chair and then pop right back up so that your legs stay engaged the whole time. Keeping the weight stacked on your shoulders. Beautiful. You got it. Over halfway there already. Slow and steady. And remember, you can always change as you go. So if you find you need a little more support, sit all the way down before you step back up. And time. Beautiful. Go ahead and set those down. Next up, we have our curl to our overhead press. So we're gonna get, for me, I'm gonna take my medium weights and you're gonna just sit all the way at the edge of your chair, curl it up, and then press it over your head. Keeping your knees and your feet together, sitting up nice and tall, squeezing your tummy in. All right, 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Curl and press. Beautiful. Imagine you're reaching up through the crown of your head, keeping that posture. So you're keeping your core engaged while you're working your arms and your shoulders. And remember to keep breathing. More than halfway there already. Looking good. Lower it all the way back down to your shoulders before you start that curl. Beautiful. And time. All right, now next up, this is the one we need that cushion for. We're gonna do a pullover. I'm gonna take one, and I'm gonna go with my medium weights to kind of feel it out to start with. I'm gonna turn sideways so you can see what I'm doing. But I'm gonna take one of my weights, scoop my bum all the way to the edge of my chair. I'm gonna lean back so that my shoulders are supported across the back. From there, I'm bringing the weight up over my head, a little bit down below the horizontal plane, and then right back up. That's it, that's all I'm doing. If that grip is hard for you, you can do it sideways too. Gives you a little more space in your shoulders. So it's up to you which hand grip you use. 1 minute on the clock. If I can find my timer. And here we go. Nice and slow and steady, bringing it all the way down to your lap and then a little bit below your head. If that does not feel good on your shoulders, change your grip or shorten the motion. If you only bring it above your head, that's okay too. Make sure you're protecting your shoulders. Keep your head and neck in a straight line with your back. So you're gonna be gazing up kind of towards the ceiling on this one. Almost there. And time. Beautiful. All right. From here, next up, we have our seated row. Now this is a pretty traditional exercise. You may want to go a little heavier if you feel like you've got a lot of arm development. Otherwise, stick with those medium weights again. You're gonna scoot up to the edge of your seat, plant your feet about hip width apart, lean forward, and you're just rowing straight up, just like that. All right, we've got 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Keep your back nice and straight while you're doing your rows. And if you feel more comfortable with it, you can bring your legs out wide as well and do a wide arm row. Sometimes it helps to make a little extra room there for that lean forward. You're basically trying to pull the weights up into your armpits doing this, squeezing your shoulder blades together as you go. Still keeping the head, neck, and back in a nice straight line. So this time you're looking down towards the ground. Almost there. And time. Excellent. All right, from here, we're gonna go into our Russian twist. Now, you're only gonna need one dumbbell for this. You're gonna hold it by the ends, whichever grip is better for you. See, sitting nice and long on the edge of your chair, you're just kayaking side to side. All right, 1 minute. Here we go. Still reaching up through the crown of your head. Letting your torso twist side to side. Keeping your eyes forward. Beautiful, you got it. Keep it up, almost there. Watch out for your chair. And time. Excellent. All right, now for the last one, this is one that I struggle with a little bit, so I'm gonna go down to my lightest weight. We're gonna do reverse flies. So we're gonna go back to that leaning forward posture, but scoot your bottom back a little bit for this one. You're gonna lean forward as far as you can, comfortably can, and then you're just gonna fly it up with the weights, just like that. We have 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Keep a soft bend in your elbows. And you're focused on drawing those shoulder blades together as you lift your arms. Still keeping head, neck, and back in a nice straight line. So this time we're looking down towards the floor again. Control the motion going both up and down. So you don't want to just like let it, you want to let it go nice and slow down, just like it goes up. More than halfway there, only 20 seconds to go. Almost done. And time. Awesome. 1 round down, 2 to go. Go grab some water, and then we'll do it again. All right, bring it back in. Now, take this moment to make any adjustments you need to. If your cushion wasn't quite what you needed, go ahead and either double it up, maybe add a little extra, or if it was sliding around, maybe set it off to the side. All right, grab your weights. We're back to our squats. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. You can choose a different level of squats this time. If the first one was maybe a little too easy, maybe you want to up it a bit. If it wasn't, maybe you want to dial it down a little bit. Totally up to you and where you are on this day. We always want to respect our body and what it's telling us. Whether that's that we need more and harder, or we need to go a little easy. Almost there. And time. Excellent. Next up, we have that curl to overhead press. And again, adjust weights as needed, make it a little easier, a little harder, whatever you need. 1 minute on the clock, here we go. Curl and press. Be mindful of your shoulder joint on this one as well. You may not be able to fully extend, and that's okay. You do what's in your range of motion. Halfway done. Keep breathing. Still reaching up nice and tall through the crown of your head. Keeping that belly zipped up. Scooch those knees and feet together. If we forgot to reset that, that's okay. You can always correct it now. And time. All right, next up we have that pull over. So you're gonna go down to 1, and you're either gonna hold it here or turn it sideways if your shoulders need a little more room. 1 minute on the clock. Scooch your bottom all the way forward, lean back, and here we go. You got it, looking good. If you have to make any adjustments, that's okay. You go right ahead and do that. Beautiful, you got it. Almost there. And time, beautiful. Set that one down to the side. And we're gonna get loaded up for our seated rows. So scoot as far forward as you comfortably can, leaning forward, keeping your back nice and straight. 1 minute of rows, pulling those weights right up to your armpits. Here we go. As you're pulling them up, remember to squeeze those shoulder blades together in the back. And keeping your head, neck, and back in a nice straight line. So kind of a soft gaze towards the floor. 20 more seconds. Almost there, you got this. And time. Excellent. All right, moving into our Russian twist. So again, sitting up nice and tall, squeezing our belly in, kayaking from one side to the other. Here we go. You got it. Nice full turns. Really working your core in this one. Getting a little arm work in there too. But you want your back and your sides to be doing most of the work here. Almost there. And time. All right, last one is those reverse flies. So grab whatever weight works for you. Scooch far, nice and far forward in your seat. And here we go, 1 minute. Keeping that bend in your elbows. Lean in forward as far as you can. Still trying to keep a straight back. And controlling the weight in both directions. If anything, you want it to come down slower than it goes up. More than halfway there. Keep breathing. Almost there. And time. Beautiful. Whew, all right. That is 2 rounds done. Grab some more water, and then we have 1 more. All right, once again, making any adjustments that you need to. I'm gonna turn my chair sideways so you guys get a side view so you can see a little bit better. And then we are doing our final round. So we have chair squats first. 1 minute, grab your weights, and here we go. So loading them on the shoulders, either right down, touching and popping back up, or going all the way down for the sit to stand. And remember, it's always okay to do them without the weights too. If you find your knees are just really having a grouchy day, put the weights down, go nice and slow, and just do it that way. If you find you need a little extra, just pop down right until you feel the edge of that chair and pop right back up. 20 seconds to go. Almost there. And time. All right, next up is the curl to the overhead press. 1 minute, here we go. Curl and press. Sitting up nice and tall. Head reaching up towards the sky. Taking it nice and slow. Really focusing on working those muscles. Knees and feet together. Belly pulled in tight. Remember to keep breathing. You're more than halfway there. If you're starting to feel fatigued, you can always go down and wait. We are putting a lot on the shoulders today. Time. All right, next up, we have that pull over. Again, either position, sideways or vertical, whichever your shoulders prefer. Scooch as far forward as you can, plant those feet, lean all the way back. Here we go. Still working on controlling the motion in both directions. Keeping that movement slow and steady. If you find that your movements are jerky, it's probably an indication you're going a little too heavy for this exercise. So go down a little bit and wait. Conversely, if your movements are really smooth and you don't feel any strain, you might want to go up a little bit on this one. Almost there. And time. Beautiful. All right, we have our rows next. So grab a second weight. We have 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Bringing my feet apart for this one. Lean forward, nice flat back. And if you can only go a little bit forward and keep your back flat, that's okay. Only go as far forward as you can comfortably without rounding your back. Same thing here. If you're getting fatigued, go down and wait. And if you only have one set of weights, just put them down and do the same motion, pulling straight up into your armpits with no weight at all. This is actually a really good way to practice the form, bringing your elbows back instead of flaring them out. You want them to come straight back behind you. Ten more seconds. And time. Excellent. All right, from here, our Russian twist. So going back down to one weight. Feet planted nice and firm. 1 minute, here we go. Sitting up tall. Letting your torso do most of the work. Going from side to side. Beautiful, you got it. Halfway there. Ten more seconds. You can do anything for 10 seconds. And time. All right, finishing it off with those reverse flies. Maybe scoot back just a little bit, give yourself a little more support on this one. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. For this one, if your back rounds a little bit, that's okay. Be as far forward as you can on this one. Focusing on using those back muscles, drawing the shoulder blades together as the weights come up. Halfway there. And same thing, if your arms are fatigued on this one and you want to put the weights down, go for it. You can do the same motion, empty hand. Gently bringing your hands together And still going nice and slow, imagining that you're feeling that resistance. You're still working those same muscles. And time. Beautiful. Fantastic job. Go grab some water, and then we have our final stretch. All right, bring it back in. For our final stretch, we're going to start here on the edge of our seat, bringing our arms up with a nice deep breath. And then we're going to lean to one side. Come back to center. Lean to the other side. Back to center. And we're going to fold forward. You may feel that it's better if you bring your feet apart so that you can reach a little bit further in your fold. Whatever is comfortable for you. And then just let your head hang down. Let everything sink forward and relax. From there, you're going to roll up nice and slow. And then you're going to roll your shoulders around and back 3 times. And then forward 3 times. And then from here, we're going to bring one arm across our chest. Maybe tilt that ear down towards that shoulder. Maybe turn that nose down towards the shoulder as well. Bring everything back to center and release. And then we're going to go to the other side. So bring the other arm across the chest. Maybe tilt that ear down towards that shoulder if it feels good. And if it does, maybe bring that nose towards the shoulder as well. And then bring everything back to center and release. From here, we're going to just kind of reach back, expand the chest a little bit. And then reach forward. You're going to intertwine your fingers, push forward so that you're rounding your back. Maybe bring your chest down toward, or your chin down towards your chest a little bit as well. One more time, we're going to reach back, expanding the chest a little bit. And then bring our hands forward. And then reverse them and push forward, rounding the back and bringing the chin down towards the chest. From here, we're going to put one foot out in front and reach down towards it. And then coming back up, but leaving that foot out, we're going to turn and do a little twist to one side. And then release. And we're going to switch sides, bring the other foot out, reaching down for a nice little stretch through the back of the leg. And then release. Keeping that foot still out in front of you, twist to the other side. And release and come back to center. And you are all done. Fantastic job today. We have class again next week on Tuesday. See you there.